Well, they finally did it. It's here, it's real. You believe it? The Switch 2. I can't believe they actually called it the Switch 2, first things first. There it is, Nintendo Switch 2. Um, so I'm just gonna run through this a little bit quick here, share my thoughts, what I think, and what's going to happen. So the first thing they showed is that it's bigger. Oop, wait. Nope. Hang on. Actually, I could just let this play out. Ugh, bigger. And if we skip forward a little bit more, it shows the controllers too. Big. A little bit bigger. They seemed a little bit more rounded compared to normal Joy-Cons. First of all, just having the bigger controllers is going to be nice. I've always complained about how small the Joy-Cons feel. But the bigger screen, well, bigger console in general, well, of course that was going to be the case. But that hopefully means that the games will be running at a better resolution. We can hope. Where does it show the screen? There we go. And that does look like an LCD screen. So, at least for the base model, we're probably not going to be getting OLED screens. It'll be honestly really disappointing if they decide to split the Switch 2 and the Switch 2 OLED again. But that's a story for another day. Let's skip forward again here to the controller designs again. Oh, first off, the kickstand here, very reminiscent of the OLED Switch. I like that they're keeping that design scheme compared to the weird clip that the original Switch had that broke so easily. Anyway, yes, here we go. So you see there's a big indentation now where the Joy-Cons would normally slot into. And when we see the updated controller designs over here, we see this protrusion here that would slot into that. And there is a little bit of weirdness here that I'll show you in a moment. They would seem to connect magnetically, which is far preferable to the sliding slot design that they have currently. In fact, if I get my Joy-Con from up here, you can hear very familiar sound if you're a avid Switch user like myself. That sliding clicky noise. It's not terrible. I mean, it was really cool when the Switch came out. It got old fast, in my opinion, but this will feel a lot better. It'll make transitions a lot smoother. But the main thing that concerns me here is, you see this little hole here? Oh, there it is. It grew up. So that pin connector concerns me. Because that seems something that's liable to break or bend. And they do show the male side of it. Also, there's a comment I saw that for this part with them sliding along the ground, they're already drifting! Props to whoever shared that comment. Okay, cut forward. Oh, there. That is concerning. That feels like something that could bend or break or snap pretty easily. It also makes me wonder what exactly it's for, because with the Joy-Cons currently, I'm not actually 100% certain how they link up and connect to the Switch physically. I assume it's a wireless connection or magnetic connection. But again, I'm not an expert. Just a little bit concerning. It'll be interesting to see how that works, and it'll definitely make that I mean, depending on how well it's engineered, of course, it'll make the popping in motion a little bit less satisfying, because it'll probably, in my head at least, catch on that male connector there a little bit. But who knows? Of course, this isn't. This is all 3D generated mock-up. This is. It's not Blender, but it's like Blender 2! Also, yes, the video is. It's a little bit cropped there. I don't know why. 2 minutes, 22 seconds. Very funny, Nintendo. Ooh, we just. This is a nice profile shot of the whole console here. Actually, but no. There we are. So just comparing the Joy-Cons right now, the bumper button is a lot larger, and... Oh, sorry, fumbling with my words, as usual. It protrudes down into the longer part of the controller a little bit more than the current Joy-Con. Otherwise, there isn't a lot of deviation, at least when it comes to the button layouts and what have you. There is this little square button down here, which is different from the capture button on the left Joy-Con. I wonder if that's going to be the new seat for the NFC chip reader? Because currently it's inlaid into the control stick. And another thing about the control sticks, they do seem higher quality. I'm not going to doubt quite yet that it's the same or similar... What would be the word? Excuse me, it's very early. The same part style with the graphite connectors, the graphite ring, sorry. It would make sense for them to keep that design, but for cost reasons, but we could hope that they do better. I haven't read anything about, or even if they've released anything official about what the specs of these controllers are going to be, what sort of parts they're going to contain. Oh, all will be in time. Now, let's ride this forward a little bit here. Also, I like how you can see the neon colors through the connection. I don't know why that's aesthetically pleasing to me. These are some good 3D models. Ooh, extra buttons. I didn't notice these before. Curious, curious. I don't know if we get a good look at the top of the main console. Let's see, because it shows all the ports and stuff popping into... Okay, yeah, this is what I saw. What is that for? It's hard to tell with the scale, but I believe that's a USB-C connection. So, is that going to be another charging port? Or will that be something else? I do wonder how heavily they're going to lean on peripherals with this controller, or console, sorry. Especially with all the Labo stuff that they did with the previous Switch. And also, Labo compatibility. Obviously they're not... I don't think they're making Labo anymore, but you obviously won't be able to play a lot of Labo stuff with this new tech with the different sizes. There's a better sort of look at that. That looks easier to open. The OLED switch, the port on there is super hard to open. Also, it looks like there's more air vents here for better cooling, perhaps. I'll let this scroll forward a little bit more, see if I notice anything. Because I did just watch this a few minutes ago. That is a button. That isn't just like a marking on the controller, it looks like. That is a button that can be pressed. So it'll be interesting to see what that's for. There's also that port there, which I didn't see an equivalent port for that on the console, so I wonder what that's going to be. Again, perhaps, the way it looks there, it kind of looks like another infrared sensor, but I don't know how useful an infrared sensor would be. Or I guess maybe another check to see if it's connected to something? Maybe, but then again, you're going to be gripping that anyway, so how wouldn't know. I'm just trying to get a better look at it here. Let's drop the playback speed. What's going on there? Also, these look like buttons. I don't think they are. I think those are just the magnetic connection points where it'll line up with the main console. Um, oh, that's interesting. It kind of reminds me of, okay, this is gonna sound really weird, but on old 8-track players, they had it kind of looked like, oh no, I think I'm confusing things now. But they had like a powered head that when the tape runs over it and the metal splice goes over, it tells it to drop the heads down. This isn't gonna make sense to a lot of anyone who watches this, but that's what it reminds me of. Watch some of Techmoan's videos if you don't get it. But yeah, that is quite intriguing over what that port is for. We don't get a very good look at it on the right controller. Oop. Get back there. Very interesting what that is. It does still kind of look like an IR sensor. And to be honest, that kind of looks like an IR sensor too. There's probably someone far smarter than me who knows things, who probably has a better idea of just what those ports could be or what sensors those could be. Because it's hard to tell if the right controller, it has the same sort of round marking down here as the left controller. So perhaps both controllers will have IR sensors now. Very interesting, which means they're probably going to bring the Labo back. Oh boy. Speaking of games, I'd say it's time for me to jump forward here to what is personally my favorite thing they showed in this brief demo. New Mario Kart. Mario Brothers Circuit, first of all. Okay, so just analyzing this little frame here. A snowmobile kart that Rosalina is driving here. That's quite interesting. Little bit of a better look at it there. Boop. Boop. Oh, nope. Very interesting. Because that reinforces my belief that this is not going to be another Mario Kart 8 port, even though it looks quite similar to Mario Kart 8. The engine, at least, is probably very similar, but there he is. Oh wow, look at, I didn't even notice the cute kart design here. And we can see a good look at them. It doesn't look like they're, well, obviously they're not reusing the models from Mario Kart Wonder. Or Mario Kart Wonder. Ooh, actually, Mario Kart Wonder. That could be a very good spin on the series. Good job, Brain. Yeah, but yeah, we can see the cute, chibi-esque, models that they're using for Mario and Luigi now. And those are quite different models from what we see in Mario Kart 8. The wheels are a lot rounder. I do like the more toony style that we seem to be getting in this game. I can't tell if that's just part of the background or if that's a piece of track, which would mean that we're getting anti-grav driving again. Oh, come back! I want more. Oh, this is very cute, first of all. It reminds me of Cars. Carburetor County. I like that. A Route 66, Route 66 style of Porsche. Mario Kart 9 / Mario Kart Wonder confirmed. They announced a new, well, not a new Mario Kart, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe when they announced the Switch, which was cool that they're keeping up this trend. Ugh, tradition. Sorry. Again, it's early and I don't have water. I have a little bit of water. Let's let this roll through again. Also, is that only 8 racers? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, there's at least 12. Never mind. I was going to say. Look at the characters here. Because when they teased 8 Deluxe, they did tease new characters as well, but I don't see anything new with my layman's eyes. There's one. Who's that? Oh, it's Wario. Never mind. I just saw big and yellow and I looked new. But I'm personally quite excited for Mario Kart 9. Or, again, whatever they're gonna call it. Ooh, the dock. I didn't even acknowledge the dock. It's raised up a little bit. It's not flush with the ground, which might imply that it has its own cooling system. Which would be a very efficient cooling system for the dock if it's raised up here. It provides airflow from underneath. Very interesting that this is the only view of the dock that we get. It looks very simplistic still compared to the classic dock and the OLED dock. Again, showing off how you can just pull them off now instead of sliding them in and out. And then a 2025 release date. Backwards compatibility confirmed. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with the Switch 2. That will be interesting. Well, that would be the Labo stuff, for one thing. Also, we can see a good comparison of the sizes here, how it's a little bit larger, meatier. And again, it's hard for me to tell, but it looks like the resolution might be upscaled. Obviously, you couldn't tell just from this image. I'm just spitballing to sound smart here. And a little bit farther, we'll be getting a direct in April, which seems a little far away for them to announce this now, mid-January, and then wait all the way to April to give us any more information. But that'll be a very interesting day to look forward to. I might live stream that. One minor thing that I'd like to comment on is that there doesn't seem to be much innovation in this little teaser here, because that's something Nintendo has done with all their consoles, has done something a little bit different, a little bit wacky, and I was personally hoping that they'd bring the dual screen functionality back somehow, so we could have ports of Wii U games, ports of DS and 3DS games, but from the views they're giving us here, it just seems to be a spec'd up Switch, which isn't something to complain about. But it is odd that they're not showing off whatever gimmick they have planned, if any. And this button here is gonna haunt me. It could just be that's a spot for the NFC reader. But my brain wants to say otherwise. Ooh, the wrist straps. I don't know why they did this weird animation of them sliding around the ground like snakes, but oh, actually, you could see back there when they pulled off that they're hollow. So they really are just like plastic strips meant to hold the wristbands. Which is something I like with the current Joy-Cons, is that it adds a little bit more meat to the controllers, makes them a little bit easier to handle. But I know almost no one besides me who actually uses the wrist straps. Yeah, those are our first official look at the Switch 2. I'm impressed at how much of the the leaks I've looked at got right, especially with the updated Joy-Con designs. Final notes. I'm excited for this, and I obviously will get this, but I'm a little bit underwhelmed at the moment. Just in that it's a better spec'd up Switch. I might even wait a year or two to see if they give us an OLED screen. Because I have a Switch OLED and it's really nice, and it's really nice to play handheld, and it's just designed better in my opinion. Did not include that in the next console is just stingy in my opinion, because they're gonna have all the people who buy the Switch 2 day one, and then we're gonna want the Switch 2 OLED when they release it a year and a half, 2 years on. Yeah, not a terrible demonstration, Nintendo. Also, hang on a second, I just noticed. What is that? Sorry for more Mario Kart analysis, but what is that? That's not an item box. The item boxes are up here. Curious. I might make a second video talking more about the new Mario Kart and what my theories are with it. What the hell is that? It looks kind of like a fire trap or something, but it can't be. It would be on, I feel like it'd be on the main stretch then. Very interesting. But anyway, I just wanted to make this quick little thing with my thoughts on it. I know this is only gonna get like 3 or 4 views anyway. If that. If my streams and other stuff have made us any. Anyway, I'll be going. I might talk more about Mario Kart. I'm just gonna coin Mario Kart Wonder right now. I might talk more about that later. But anyway, that's it from me. Thanks for watching if you did. And what do I say now? I don't know. Oh yeah, I stream. That's right. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. It's really early. Anyway, Switch 2. It's real. Watch my streams if you want. I'm not doing them right now, but I will maybe in the future. Bye.